Okay, guys, a traditional old school country song. Yeehaw! Well, I'm sitting in the bar, sinking down a beer. Been so long on the trail. Every time I close my eyes, I see some goddamn stairs. There's nothing I can do. We're living in the life we choose. Where I lay my head down late at night. I wonder why I chose the cowboy's life. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Yeah. Another day, another dollar. Which way bought his pickup around? We loaded up that wire, hammering them fence posts in all day long. It surely makes a grown man tired. I put them fences up all day. I put them fences up all night. That's the way it goes in my time. That's the way it goes in the cowboy's life. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Okay, guys, let's do another making a song in Logic Pro X video. It's going to be a shorter one, this. Just going to show some different principles here. But this is still a video for people who are complete beginners and want to learn how to build songs in Logic. Now, in the first Make a Song with Logic Pro X video that I did, we did Knocking on Heaven's Door. And in that tutorial, I showed how to build the drum track with MIDI notes to make your own custom drum patterns. In this one, we're going to use the drummer track and show the principle of how to use that. Okay. So we're going to start by making a drummer track. We start with an empty project, and when you load an empty project, this thing drops down. You're forced to create at least one track. So we'll create the drummer track. I'm going to choose rock genre. Create. Okay, and when you create a drummer track, let's just close these two boxes here. When you create a drummer track, you get the the drummer track puts 2 bits of drumming on the track, like a verse bit of drumming, and then a busier chorus bit of drumming. All right. So we're going to get rid of that second bit of drumming like that. Boom. Just get rid of it. Okay. And you select the track and the bit of drumming and open the editor with the scissors there, or by double clicking on the bit of drumming. Okay. Now the first thing you've got to do is get the tempo. Alright, so we're going to put a little cycle range around this, just drag a cycle range across there. And the tempo by default is 120, so I'm going to lower it down to like 100. It's going to be a slowish type, ballady type song. Let's hear that. And you just strum along to it, make sure you got the tempo right. Okay, let's this is the default drummer Kyle, by the way. Okay, this is the default pattern he plays. Lower the tempo down a bit more, it's a little bit fast. I'm going to go down to 90. Let's try that. So you play along and set the project tempo here so you get the right tempo with this kind of basic beat. Okay, and then the next thing to do is tweak the beat to get the right groove to go with the strumming. Okay, and to do that, just basically with the region selected, set the ball here to 50% complexed, between simple and complex in the middle there, and about 75% loudness vertically, right in the, there, right. And then you can choose whether your basic drum pattern that you're going to, you know, the kind of basic pattern for the song is going to be hi-hat, snare and kick, or it can be kick, toms and snare, yeah, or it can be kick, snare and ride cymbal, or whatever. I'm going to go with kick, snare and hats. And then you can choose your hi-hat pattern, just take all the fills off, right? Choose the hi-hat pattern. If I just take the kick and the snare out, we can just hear the hi-hat. And this is hi-hat pattern 1, which is simple. Yeah, sort of quarter beat hi-hat. Then the second pattern is busier, called 8th. Yeah, and then the third pattern is the same 8ths but with kind of a different feel to it. And then the fourth pattern is usually a faster 16th pattern or something. Okay, so I'm going to go with this 8th pattern like that. Sorry, quarter beat pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, and then you can bring in the kick and the snare, and then you can choose the pattern for the kick and the snare to go with that hi-hat. So pattern 1 for Kyle at 50% complexity is like this. Yeah, but that. Second pattern is but that, but that, but that, but. Third pattern, but that, but. Yeah, you know, it's sort of a little offbeaty type thing. Fourth pattern, but that, but that, but that. Okay, now you can just lower the complexity of the pattern to get a more basic pattern for each kick and snare pattern you choose. If I lower this down, I'll get a more simple pattern. But it's still got that double hit, that there. Yeah, so you know you can always tweak the pattern in either direction just to adjust, see if it works at a different level of complexity. I'll try pattern 5. This is pattern 5. So you're going to play along. This is pattern 6, where the snares bat, 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 keep in time with the quarters like that. So you choose a pattern that works with the strumming, right? So this pattern, yeah, you know. work with that kind of strumming. Then the second pattern here, what have we got? Yeah, similar but a different kick pattern. Yeah, like boom, down, boom, boom. Yeah. Third pattern. That's that kind of that, boom, boom, bat. There, a little bit of offbeat thing, do, do, bat there. If that works for your thing. And the fourth pattern. Got that double da da, and the fifth pattern. It's got a bit of a funky edge to it, but da like that. So, you know, and there are other drummers to choose from. You can choose any of these drummers. They've all got a different style. Okay, Anders is heavy rock, Max is like sort of hard punk, Ian is like, you know, sort of Brit funky type sound, etc, etc. But, you know, Kyle plays straight ahead rock beats. So I'm going to go with Kyle. Pattern 1. Okay, I'll just bring it slightly simpler. So some of the kick drums drop out, there are less kicks. And that'll do. Okay, and there's my basic beat, right? Okay, so the next thing, I'm just gonna make up a very simple song, simple normal song structure, and we're going to use the arrangement track to help us. So we're bringing the global tracks with this button here, like that. Okay, and at the top you should see the arrangement marker track. Now, if you don't see that arrangement marker track, you just right click anywhere in this global tracks area here, or if like me your right click is assigned to bring up your tool selector, then the right click doesn't work to bring up shortcut menus anywhere, so you have to control left click anywhere in this area. But you either right click or control left click here and bring up the shortcut menu. And if you don't see the arrangement marker track at the top, just here it'll say show arrangement, and you click that and then you'll see the arrangement marker track up there, right? So we're going to do a very basic structure song. So I start by clicking that plus on the arrangement marker track and put in a marker, and all markers when you put them in are 8 bars long by default. You can make them longer, you can make them shorter, but I recommend, you know, when you're doing a traditional song, most sections of the song are 8 bars in length. There might be a verse that's 16 bars in length, but that's just 2 sections of 8 bars. So keep these as 8 bars in length unless a section of your song is shorter. 4 bars or something, like a 4-bar intro or something, right? So I'm going to start with an 8-bar intro. All right? You know what, I'm actually going to go with a 4-bar intro. So let's bring this back to 4 bars in length and bring our drumming back 4 bars in length to match. So now we've got 4 bars of intro. Alright? Then after that we're going to go into the verse. So I'll make another marker. If it isn't called verse, you can drop this down and title it verse, right? And there's the verse. 8 bars. Let's say this is an 8-bar verse. So I'm going to grab this bit of drumming because I want the same drumming at first, right? I want to get just simple straight ahead drumming across the song. I'll tweak it afterwards, right? So I copy this bit of drumming across, so it begins at the beginning of the verse marker there, and then drag it out so it's 8 bars in length to match the verse marker. So there's my 8 bars of verse drumming. All right. Now after that, I'm going to go into a little bit where the chords change before the chorus, right? So let me just copy this across this marker, and it will copy any content underneath. Right, Alt, copy that across like that. Okay. Now let's just test what I'm going to play. So I'll make an audio track receiving on input 1, my mic input. There's my audio track. With that track selected, I'll bring in the library. I'm going to choose an acoustic guitar preset, natural strum like that. There it is. Close the library again. Put on the input monitoring. 1 2 1 2. I can hear my mic. Okay. Now I haven't got the mic set up properly for the guitar. I'm using the same mic to talk into to talk over this video. So the mic is too far away from the guitar. Obviously you'd mic your acoustic guitar up properly. Put the mic near to the guitar. If you only got one mic, you want to aim it sort of where the neck joins the body, so you get some of the neck sound and some of the sound of the whole of the guitar, the body of the guitar, right? And I'll bring the drums up in level. You want them nice and loud so you can kind of hear the beat to keep time. All right, and then I'm going to set my count in, record, counting. By default it's 1 bar. I'm going to set it to 2 bars counting, right? And then I'm just going to play the structure of my song up to the point where the chorus comes in. All right, just to check that these markers are correct. All right, and then I'll tweak them and what have you. Right, so here we go. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. And then I'm into my chorus there. Okay. So well, this is verse. This is also kind of verse, but it's the prelude leading into the chorus where the chords are different. I could keep that titled verse, or I could rename it as something custom like build into the chorus or something. Then after that comes my chorus, so I'll make another arrangement marker there. Okay, then we're going to drop the chorus in. Now to do a drop in, you just position the playhead anywhere. So I'm going to position it there at the beginning of the chorus. And then when you hit record, my counting is 2 bars. So you position the playhead wherever you like, snap it exactly to a bar line. When you hit record, the playhead will back up the number of bars of your counting and you'll hear the drums up to that point there, and it'll drop into record at whatever position you have the playhead at when you hit record. So I'm going to drop into record here to play my chorus, and I'm going to copy the drums across so I've got drums to play with that. So Alt, just copy those drums across, right? Okay, let's drop in the chorus. Now what will the chorus be? So then it goes I'm making this up, right? I'll do something simple like that. G, C, D. Right, here we go. And then we are at the end of the chorus. Right now, look here, I'm trying to snap the end of this audio exactly to the end of that marker, and sometimes it's very difficult to do. Right, like that, look, and you will get this and try snapping it, and you can't get it to snap exactly to that end of the chorus, the bar line there. So what you do is you put your snap here into beat, then set the snap regions to absolute value, and then when you move the end of regions, they snap exactly to whatever the snap is, in this case beat lines like this. Look, so now this end I snap to that beat line, that beat line, that beat line, etc. So I snap it exactly to the end of there. There's the end of my chorus. Now the question is, you know, when you're writing a song, do you go straight back into the singing after a chorus, or do you leave a gap before the singing comes in? Right? You know, because if the chorus is like, you know, la, la, you got to come right back in with the verse singing there, and there may not be, you know, it might be too much coming straight into out of the chorus singing into the verse singing. You might want to leave a gap of 2 bars, just strumming, or 4 bars or something. That's entirely up to you how you want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is have 2 bars. Okay. Well, now I've got all my bits, right? I can build the structure of my song now using the arrangement markers. Okay, so after this bit of chorus, I want to come in with, I want 2 bars of the verse strumming, and then we're going to go into 8 bars of verse again. So I grab this verse. Remember, but this is the second bit of verse where it does the A minor to C bit. So I want the first bit of verse there. Alt. Copy that marker across, and it will copy everything under the marker. So it will copy this drum region, and the audio underneath this first marker will be chopped at the beginning of the marker and at the end of the marker, and the audio and the drums will be moved with the marker when I copy the marker. So here we go, Alt, drag that and let it go, boom. And it's copied the audio and the drums from here. And now I'll shorten this, because I just want this to be 2 bars of verse strumming. Shorten both of these as well. There's my little outro of 2 bars of strumming. Then we're back into the verse proper. Right, so copy that. Boom. Followed by my second bit of verse where it changes to the A minor C, and then into my chorus. Boom, like that. Now after that, we're going to go into what? Some sort of middle bit or a solo or something. Now if it's the solo that you're going to go into after your second chorus, which is a very traditional thing to do, you can solo over the verse chords, or you can solo over the chorus chords. It's entirely up to you. Or you can go into some sort of different chord structure. So let me just see what I could do after that chorus. The chorus is just, you know, so I could go, you know, something like that, or just have a solo there, but I'm going to do this solo over this different bit of guitar playing. So we're going to copy this chorus marker across, which will copy the drums and the audio. Right, but I'm going to take the audio out because we're going to change the chords there, so select that audio and get rid of it. And this arrangement marker, I'm going to rename it as solo. So here I'm going to drop in my different chord playing to do my solo over. Right, here we go. So playhead exactly there, hit record. And then we can either go into another verse or into the chorus. So I'm going to go into the chorus and end. So chorus, copy, copies all the content, and then another chorus. And we'll have 2 choruses. I'm going to end on just a single guitar hit. And I showed in the previous, the last video I made, if you look in this playlist I've made a playlist for making a song in Logic, and I did a little short video of 20 minutes long showing you different ways to end a song. Okay, so you can study that to have it fully explained. At the end, we're just going to end with a straight chord that ends and hits, right? So I need to put that ending chord in. So I'll replay the chorus, and at the end of the chorus I'm going to put in a single guitar hit, one chord that just is allowed to ring out and die away. So the song doesn't, we're not going to fade the song out, we're going to end on a single chord. So I'll play this and then drop that chord and hit that last chord right at the end there, right? So take out that, I'm going to replay the chorus there. So just check what the chorus is. I think it's yeah, that's my chorus, right? So here we go. Play it exactly at the beginning of that chorus marker, hit record, I'll get a 2-bar count in. And there's my little hit at the end, right? My single chord. And then, and you'll see this if you watch the end, you know, how to do an ending in Logic Pro. I'll explain in more depth. We just get this. I'm going to add one last marker there, which I'm going to call end. Okay, and I'm going to pencil in a bit of drumming like that, shorten it right down to 1 beat in length, just 1 beat, right? Look, that's 1 bar, and these are the quarter beats. So 1 quarter beat, 2 quarter beats, 3 quarter beats, 4 quarter beats, a full bar, just 1 quarter beat. And there is that goes with that chord hit at the end. Okay, now if you take the chorus region before that, select the chorus region before that, and bring up the fills to put a little fill at the end, it will make a crash happen at the beginning of the next bit there. So that'll have a crash. Alright, and there'll be a fill at the end of this bit. There's the ending. Okay, right. So I can shorten that down if I want to. I don't have to. I can leave it 8 bars long, whatever. It doesn't really matter. So there you go. There is the basic structure of my song. And now I've kind of built that by copying the markers over and what have you. But the drumming's always the same all the way through. So now we're going to tweak the drumming. We want the drumming in the chorus to be busier. So here's the verse drumming. So we take this, because all the drumming is the same pattern, just copied over and over, right? So we take this drumming, select this chorus drumming, and here we push the complexity up. And I'll put more kicks in, it'll get busier. Yeah, I could push it in even more complex, like that. You know what I mean? So you make the drumming in the chorus as complex as you want. I'm going to just push it up a little bit to get some extra kicks. And then if you want, you can switch from the hi-hat to a ride for the chorus, like that. So there's my chorus drumming. It's a bit busier and it's got a ride instead of a hi-hat. Okay, and then I'm going to copy that over to this chorus. So get rid of that chorus and Alt, copy this drumming over to that chorus. Whoop, there we go. And then the last 2 choruses here. That one and that one. Delete them both. Take this chorus, which is the busier one now, with the ride, right? Copy that over. Like that, and then one more time like that, and then we've got to put a fill in this so it makes a crash on that last little bit there. Because if there isn't a fill at the end of the previous bit, you don't get a crash at the beginning of the next bit. So there, and just bring up the fills until I get a fill. Let's hear that. Fantastic. That's it. And there's the structure of my song. That's how easy it is with these drummer tracks. Okay, now the last thing is if you want to put little fills in from the verse into the chorus. So this is the bit of verse leading into the chorus right there. So I select that drumming region and bring up the fills a bit, and I'll get a fill at the end and a crash at the beginning of the next bit, the beginning of the chorus. Right, so let's hear. Basically, if you look at the end, let's just make this track deeper. If you look at the end there, you can see as I tweak this fill control, I get a different fill each time. Look. Tweak it again, I get another different fill. There. So you just keep tweaking this until you get the fill you want. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, so there's the fill leading into the chorus. Right, and then if I want to fill at the end of the chorus, leading into this little 2-bar verse strumming. Okay, then I select the chorus strumming and just bring this up, and I'll get a fill at the end there like that. And then I crash into the next bit. Okay, now let me hear this from the chorus here, because I'm not convinced this outro bit is enough. I think it needs to be maybe 4 bars. I made this up, so it's, I don't know what the lyrics are. No, that isn't enough. So I need to make this section longer. So how do we do that? Well, we take this verse marker, Alt, drag a copy and drop it behind like that, and it'll double that up. It doubles the drumming and the guitar. So now I've got 4 bars there of outro. And then into the verse. There you go. So there's the kind of basic structure. That'll do. And then I'm going to put in a bass, right? So software instrument. There's more things to tweak, but I'm going to get a bass. I want a bass in there first. So software instrument, create, library, bass, thumb bass. I'm going to go with. I'm going to start off by getting the bass here. The intro, so I'll put in a region. I'm going to make that region 2 bars long. Put a cycle range around there. Just drag across 2 bars. Let's hear that. Okay, so now I'm going to make my bass pattern. Okay, it's just G to C. So take the chorus off the bass there. To C. So I'm going to start with just 2 long notes. Let's see what that sounds like. That'll do. Simple. Golden rule: don't give him everything at once. Don't make it too busy at the beginning, because if you come in with everything, then there's nothing left to build to. You need to build your song bit by bit as you go along. So there's my intro strumming with a very simple bass. Right. A bit of coffee. Right, okay, so then we're going to copy that over and build the bass now. Copy that over to there. We're into the verse now. Like that. So we want it to be a bit busy. A bit busier, right? So I'm just trying to get that boom, boom, boom. And then a climb up. To there. Climb back down. Maybe not that. Yeah, let's just not have that. Let's just have the two notes like that. So we've got boom, 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 like that, right? Is that right? Is that correct? Yeah, that's the right position. Okay. So this could be an octave though. So I go boom, 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 boom. You know? So this is playing a harmony. This is staying on the G, but even though the chord changes to C there, that plays the G at the top of the harmony then. And then back down. A little bit longer with that one. Alright, so let's copy that over. And copy it over. And copy it over. And there's the bass for the first bit of verse. Okay, then we're going to go to where it changes. So this is all the same. So we just copy one of these over. Then it changes to what is that? A minor, isn't it? So we're going to bring that to A minor. And this works. Boom, 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 boom. Because it goes to C, and then the G harmony, and then the climb back down to the A, yeah. Right, so let's copy that over a couple of times. Now one more time, and then I think the end goes to a D, doesn't it, or something? Yeah, so we just need to change that last bit, copy it over again, and just here we need to go to a D. So the first bit will be right, and then at the end we need to go to a D. We do 3 pushes there. I think that's the right timing. Like boom, boom, boom. Is that right? boom, like that. And this could be a harmony, like boom, 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 da, like that. Da, 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 to lead us into the chorus G. Yeah, and then we're into the chorus. So we're going to take the verse bass. This is all the same, this verse bass and these, all that, it's the same, right? Just take one of them verse basses, Alt, copy it over to the chorus, and let's build the chorus bass. Can we see the notes in here? Why isn't it showing me the notes? Why is there no notes in here? Show me the notes here. Oh, thank you, right, because that note was selected. Right. But I want us a bit busier. So I'm going to go boom, 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 like that. Let's have this up a bit louder so you can hear that bass a bit louder. I'll go with a higher octave. Yes, yes, like that. Let's make these two a bit louder in velocity, and that'll give the notes a bit more attack. With bass instruments, you find the louder the velocity, more attack the bass notes have. Hear that? A bit too loud now. Bring them back down a bit more. A smidge louder. That one a little bit louder. I love that one a bit louder. Right. Now, let's just put some compression on the bass here. Just so we can see if we can even those notes out, so the louder notes don't sound too much louder than the quieter notes in the bass. That's fine. Let's bring them down just below 70, 68. See, 70 is the level where the velocity increases. So select them all 70. Let's try that. That one I'm going to put up a bit more to 68. And all those as well, actually, to 68, so that the bass a bit louder in the chorus. But it's only a little bit louder, right? So there's the chorus bass, and we copy that over, so we've got two sections of it. That's 4 bars now. Okay, now it goes to the what is it, D? Yeah, that's fine, but maybe not. harmony there. A, D to A for the harmony bass. Yeah, you getting that? There's the harmony and the bass there. Always try some harmonies in your bass. Don't always make your bass just plonk, 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 follow the root chord of the guitar, right? It's a very, very important part of getting interesting bass patterns. You know, if you make it always the bass just following the root notes of the chords, it's so you try working these harmonies in. Now these two, let's try these up an octave. Cool, you know, you could do that, and that could come up an octave. But you know what? No, I'm going to leave those down there. Is that the right notes? I've got the headphones on. This could be the wrong note there. It could be. Yeah, that should be B. Let me just put the speakers on, because it's with bass. It's or another way to do it. If you're unsure about that note, I'm unsure about that note. So the best thing to do is put your whole bass line up an octave. Grab all the notes in the pattern. Select the first note. The pitch of it comes up D2 in this case. Bring it all up so this note's on D3, and everything will go up an octave. I can hear an octave up, and it's very easy to hear the pitch. Let's mute the guitar. Yes, now that's the correct note, so let me undo that pitch change. Now let's check it's correct in the other bits, because I only noticed that bass note being out then. Yep, it's wrong there. So let's check it in the verses. I could have got it wrong in the verses as well. It's possible. Here we go. Yep. Yeah, that was wrong. So this one will be wrong as well, I suppose. Yeah, and that one. And then this one. Right, let me hear all that verse, that second bit of verse where it changes. Cycle all around that. So now we need to check the previous bit of verse there. This is probably wrong as well. Yeah. Right, so all that needs to be, this one that's correct needs copying over. And just check the last one. I can't remember if there's a key change there, because I'm making this up as I go along. That's correct, so that just leaves the intro to check. These should be fine because they've got no climb. Yeah, they'll be alright. Okay, let's listen to that bass through. Bring the guitar back in. Lower the guitar right down so I can really hear the bass. Here we go. Okay, but now these are too loud. These do-do-do's there, so bring those down to 68 or 9 or something. Let's hear that. And that one down as well. It's too loud. Just below 70. Right, that sounds right now. Okay, then we fixed the velocity in this one, so we copy that over. Chorus, 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 and at the end the chorus changes, I think. As I say, I'm making this up as I go along, so I'm not familiar with the song I've just written on the spur of the moment. Oh no, it changes key there, doesn't it? D to the A harmony. Harmony there. And to make it just a bit different at the end of the chorus, I'm going to put a little double in there. Like that. So it's going at the end. Okay, and then we're back into the verse. So, the verse is in 2 bits, remember, the basic bit of verse and then the verse with the chord change. So we go to the first bit of basic verse, take 2 bits of bass, Alt, copy them across, and then we should have the outro there. Let's hear that. Right, then we're into the verse proper. So get all this verse bass, first bit of verse, bring that across, there we are. Then the second bit of verse bass, copy all that, the second 8 bars of verse where the chord changes, copy that across, then our chorus, copy that, okay, and then we're into the solo where it changes, but we know that the chorus at the end here is the same, so while I've got these chorus bass bits selected, I'll copy those across to chorus there, like that. So now we just have the bit in the middle here that's different. So I'm going to take this bit of chorus bass, bring it across, and they're working on a solo now. The guitar changes, so let's get a cycle range around the first 2 bars. Let's hear that and tweak it to fit the chords that are different in the solo bit. I think it went down to an E minor. I'm going to do this a bit higher up in pitch. It climbs up, doesn't it? It goes boom, boom, boom. To an F sharp. When it changes there. Put in the basic notes first where the chords change to a G. That works, but we'll do a little push there so it goes boom, boom, boom. Right, so copy that. Like that. And then I can put another little push there maybe, copy that note up to there. Don't like that there. Right, there we go. Copy that over. Let's see the next bit. It's the same chords, I think. next bit, copy that over. Let's hear it without the bass, just see what the guitar's doing. To a D. I'll probably fluff the playing there. So I don't know about this climb bit there. Let's hear it. Because it got to go to a D there. So that climb don't work here, that do thing. So let's just put a straight note there so we can hear what's going on. I think I fluffed the guitar playing there. Yeah, it was how did it go? It was like this. Let's hear the beginning. Not sure about that anymore. Let me just try playing that out. So. Maybe it should go there. Yeah, let me play the guitar again. I'm going to change it here. Delete that. Oh, no. Accidentally created a marker there. Let's get rid of that. Come on, Z. Yeah, I'm going to play that again. I think it should be different. I think it should be different. Yeah, let's try that instead for the solo bit. Nothing wrong with tweaking your song in the middle of, you know, if you think, no, you know what, I'll change that. So this needs to change that bass. I'll change that. Like that, so it does that instead. And then we go into a C. right down cheesy bit of bass from the and back to there. Then to D. Yeah. Yes, let's hear that now. And that bit, that bass bit, I'm going to copy there. So it's got that do 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 bit there. Fine, there we go. Now, one last thing. At the end here, there's that final chord. And again, I covered this in the Ending a Song video, which you'll find on our channel. It's in the playlist for making songs in Logic. At the end, we end with a single chord like this. So, we just pencil in the region on the bass track there, and we end on a G chord. So in here, we put a G note to go with that chord on the end. Where's G? Let's have an ending, bottom G. Now, bring this region right out to the same length as the guitar, or nearabouts. Now this guitar chord is allowed to fade away to silence. I hit it and let it just die away. And it dies away about there. So the bass note needs to die away like the guitar does. So we're going to drag that bass note right out like that, so it reaches, you know, just beyond the end where the guitar fades away. And we want to fade this bass note out because it will just keep playing, and then at the end of that note it'll drop off, right? So we can do a fade out on the bass track just to fade that bass out at the end, right? But we won't do that until we've got a few more things in the mix. So that's like the basics. Let's hide the arrangement track now for a minute. That's kind of basics for getting the structure together. Now if you want a little count in at the beginning, let's say you want to count in at the beginning, I'll show you how to do that. We need the arrangement track back in because we've got arrangement markers and we need to push them all up to make a little 4 bars of tick 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 tick, like the drummer counting in with the hi-hat or something. So we need to put an arrangement marker at the end, but the arrangement marker at the end must be, below it there must be no music. So I'll put an arrangement marker in at the end like that, but below it there's no music. Okay, there's no drums, there's no guitar, there's no bass, nothing. That's important. Okay, so if your last marker ends before the music ends, then drag it out longer and then add a little extra marker on the end. I'm going to shorten this down, this marker, to 1 bar in length for our 1 bar count, and then we're going to drag it right to the front of the song and pop it in the front of the song, and it will push everything else up a bar. Oh, it's a bit hard to grab them when they're this zoomed out. So I have to zoom in so I can actually grab that marker. Right, drag it right to the front of the song. Like that, and pop it there, and it puts that there and moves everything else up, right? And then I'll just rename this Count Dracula. Right, and then I can put a count in there. And so to do that, I'm going to pencil in a bit of drumming there, like that. And now, if I want to do a count in on the hi-hat, let's put this to 75% loudness, 50% complexity, right there in the middle. Take out the cymbal, everything, and just have the hat at quarter beats, no fills, and we'll get a hi-hat counting in 4. But there is a stick in the drum kit, but you can't choose it from here. but there is a stick in this drum kit. When you make a drummer track, it uses the drum kit designer kits, and they do have a drummer kitting the sticks together. If you want that, you've got to get this little this little drummer region we put under the count marker at the beginning. Okay, right click on it to bring up the shortcut menu for the region, or if like me, right click is assigned to your toolbox, then control left click on the little region here. Just this little 1 bar region below the count arrangement marker, and convert it to MIDI. Now it's a MIDI region on the drummer track, but it will still trigger the kit the same as the drummer patterns, right? So if we then look at it in the editor here, all right, that's the hi-hat. That's the hi-hat I just put in. It's on an open hat actually. Now if I wanted to, I could change that to a closed hat like that. But there is a stick. Now where is it? There is a stick, I know there is. Where the hell is it? Oh, well that's funny. Or maybe that's only with producer. Maybe it's only with producer kits, but there is a... Well, that is weird. Oh, here we are, counting clave. Hang on. There, that's the drummer banging the sticks. Yeah? There you go, that's your little counting, like it's a drummer counting in. So there we are. There's the structure now. From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, now I'm going to double track the guitar. Let's get on with some extras now. Tell you what, let me have a little break. Drink some coffee. And then this is a British joke about the Dutch, but I'll have a little schmuck. There used to be this comedy show in Britain. I can't remember what it was, and they used to take the piss out of the Dutch. They would always say, "Sure, we have a little schmuck," and then because everyone thinks it's hilarious that the Dutch are smoking weed all the time. It's quite funny, isn't it? But I mean, Holland is a strange country. Everyone thinks that the Dutch go around smoking weed with, and shoving dildos up themselves and running into sex shops at every moment. I'd say it's a fairly conservative country, Holland. Right. Now then. So we'll have a little schmuck, and then we've got the basics there. Now we're just going to build this song a little bit, okay? Just some extra. So we're going to double track the guitar. Now we can make the guitar any sound we want after we've recorded it, because we're not recording the sound that we've set for the track. This is just a raw guitar sound on the mic, but I've put the natural strum preset on here. So I'm just going to quickly double this track up. So choose the guitar strumming track, duplicate track button up here, and it makes a duplicate of that track with the same settings on. And I'm just going to double that guitar all the way through, right? So we've got a double track guitar, and whoops, on this one I'll just I'll be a little bit more this guitar a little bit more. I think my drums up nice and loud so we can hear the timing. Here we go, all the way through. I'm going to just put the guitar. Well, I only need to put the guitar down for the intro, the verse, chorus, and then the solo bit. I can either play it all the way through, or I can play up to this chorus here, then copy everything over, and then drop the solo in. I'll decide as I'm playing it. Here we go. And I forgot the guitar. Let's try. Because I'm making this up as I go along. Let's try that again. I don't need a 2-bar count in, do I? Because we've got the click, click, click at the beginning now. So I'll bring it to a 1-bar count in. Here we go. Let's do that again. I forgot the guitar again. Well, look, I'm not going to take it from the beginning, so I'll do a drop in. As I said, I'm making this up as I go along, so I'll drop the guitar in for this second bit of verse. I forgot the chords. Here we go. Right, let's see that chorus. I think I balls that up. Okay, that's fine. So a little bit of overspill there, snap it to the end of it, and then we copy the verse over. So I'll just get the scissors, chop the verse here, like that, exactly on that bar line where the verse begins, the first bit of verse. And then we're back into the, so I'll take this bit of verse, this, need to chop that as well. Chop that there where it joins to the chorus, right on the bar line, boom. And then we're going to take those 2 bits of verse and copy them over to the next verse. There we go, alt, drag them across, bump, like that. So after that 4-bar middle, little break at the end of the chorus. We're back into the verse. And then the chorus, so we get the chorus here. But the chorus hasn't got the lead out. There's a little lead out there, so I need to, the 4-bar lead out, so I'll chop that off there. Guitar playing that 4 extra bars, and then take the chorus, alt, copy it over, chorus, and then that just leaves the solo, which I need to drop in, so play ahead right there. Now the solo, let me remember it. I think it was like that, wasn't it? Exactly to the beginning of the solo marker there. I'll get a 1-bar count in. Here we go. That's it, and then we can just copy the chorus over, copy the chorus over, and then that just leaves that last G chord. So I'm going to drop the G chord in at the end there. So put the plate exactly to that end section. All I'm going to do is hit the G chord and let it sustain and die away. Here we go. There you go. Oop. A little bit late hitting that chord. See how I was a little bit late there? So I'm going to zoom right in on it, and now I'm going to set the snap to smart. Just bring that forward a bit to the beginning of that hit and bring it back and snap it to the beginning. It's on the money. That's a bit better. Right. Actually, if you zoom in and look, that one's a little bit late as well, so I could correct that. Scissors, chop it right on the bar line, and then if you just zoom in, see how that little hits that G chord on the first guitar track's a smidge late as well, just a little bit late. See, it's just a bit late, so I'm going to bring again with the snap set to smart. Bring that back a little bit to the beginning of that G chord, and then snap it exactly there. So those two are right on the money now. There we go. Right. Alrighty. So what else could we? Well, we need to put the solo in, don't we? So again, I'm going to duplicate this track. Duplicate. I can change these guitar sounds later, but I'm going to drop in a guitar solo there. Right. Guitar solo. I'll try and pull one out of the bag. Let's have a bit leading into it. Here we go. That'll do, pig. Right, so there's that track. Put a bit of compression on it. A little bit more reverb with the bigger reverb. There's two reverbs on the acoustic guitar tracks usually. Two reverb sends, the second one goes to a bigger reverb. Right, let's hear that. Take that input monitor off. Now these two guitars here, I'm going to pan them slightly differently. Oops, not with them both selected. Pan one slightly left, one slightly right. Not big right and left. Okay, now I'm going to alt left click on the drum level like that, which just sets the fade, the level for the fader to 0 dB. So that's set to kind of default level. And then bring that bit of playing up and snap it there so I don't get the sound of the guitar at the beginning there. Okay, now I'm going to balance the guitars with the drums, just bring them down a bit. Now the bass here, I can change the bass to any other the bass sounds I want. To select the bass track and go through the different bass sounds, you know, finger style bass. If you can't hear it, just bring it up louder with a fader to start with. If you want to hear it louder, get the bass amp, and you can raise the level here. So you can hear that's kind of what type of sound that bass has. Also you can, with the bass track selected, you can go to the smart controls where you can tweak the bass tone. That's more honky. That's fatter, etc. You know, so you can go through the different basses. I could try an upright bass. Now it's quiet. Let me just alt left click the level so it's back to default, and then I'm going to use the compressor to bring the level up. You know what I mean? So you can try all the different basses there is, but I'm going to go back with the thumb bass. Okay, but I'm going to change the amp to, let's see this, I'll change the amp to the, I like the big stack, I just like the big stack, the amp bigger, give it a bit of drive, a little bit more bass, take the mids down a smidge. Okay, then you go to your drums and you can change the kit. The drumming's set, but I can change the kit to any kit I want. You know, it's on the SoCal kit at the moment. I could choose the Sunset kit, and it just changes the kit, not the drumming. I could choose the Portland kit. Again, it's going to change the kit, but not the drumming. I could choose the Manchester kit, which is supposed to be a sort of British. I could choose the Liverpool kit. You know what I mean? They do that though, don't they? You know what I mean? You can change Detroit Garage. You can change the kit and it will not change the drumming. I like that one. Okay, and then you can tweak the levels with the smart controls here. There's a crash at the beginning of the chorus here. Let's just hear it to see if it's too loud, in which case we'll lower the cymbals here. Yeah, a little bit loud, bring the cymbals down. A little bit louder. Because I can't hear the ride, bring that up. Okay, now open the drum kit itself. Choose the cymbals. I can lower. I can't lower the ride. Yeah, you can actually. Sorry, the crashes. Let's lower their gain down. Dampen them a bit so they don't decay quite so long. A little bit louder, and the ride. Bring that up a smidge so we can hear the ride better. Oops, sorry, that's just the phone there. Right, yeah, so I've lowered the ride, I've raised the ride a bit so we hear it better in the chorus. Drop it a bit, it's a bit too loud. But the crashes, I've lowered them down in level and I've dampened them a bit so they don't quite decay so long. And then when you hear the crash, it's not quite so loud. Okay, and then, you know, the other things you can change. There's the snare. You can change the snare. This is not a producer kit. If you choose a producer kit with multi-outs, you get much more choice of snares and toms and kicks. But, you know, I'll dampen that snare a bit. And bring the toms up a bit here. I'll go with that kick, it's a little less clicky and I'll dampen it. So you get a little balance going with your drums there, like that. There you go. And then get your bass set, you know, with it, which I've got the bass amp to tweak, right? And you've got the smart controls for the bass as well here. I'm going to take the chorus off, I don't want chorus on. Okay, so there's my bass. Let's hear it with the verse here. So I'm just tweaking the drum, the kick's a bit loud again. Kick like that, kick. Back to the bass, you know, and you just you set the level of the drums overall to 0. Then you do the little tweaks I showed to change the kit, then, you know, tweak the levels of the drums. Then you can just rebalance your guitars with the drums and the bass, rebalance with, you know, balance everything to the drums. Okay, now I'm going to put in an extra guitar track just to show you some things. You can augment the guitars, you can add to them. So I'm going to, I could do this with electric. Shall I use electric or acoustic? Well, I'll start with an acoustic. So I'll take this second guitar track and duplicate it again. I can change the sound anytime I want. And this one I'm going to do notes just to reinforce these things like that, okay, to get them that kind of business going on. So here we go. That kind of thing when I'm just plonking away doing the bass notes, really. Let me do that. Let me do that again. Just going to do it from the beginning of the verse here. That kind of thing there, you can just add those. Remember, I haven't practiced this. I made the whole song up as we go along. So then I'll just do that on the chorus. Drop in the chorus, play it to the beginning of the chorus. First bit up, but the second bit's alright, so I'll bring that back to there, the middle of the chorus, bring that forward. I think that was alright. Let's hear it. No, what did I do wrong there? Oh right, yeah, sorry, let me undo that. That's not the middle of the chorus. The middle of the chorus is, set this back to beat, the middle of the chorus is there. Okay, that should be it. Into the verse. So I'm going to chop this. Put monitor off. I'm going to chop that there, and then in the middle there. Okay, and then this bit, which is 4 strums, I'm going to copy that over the intro. I'm going to copy it over that 4 strum, the 4-bar outro, and then both these bits of my verse, the first bit of the verse, copy those to there, and then the second bit of verse there, and then we're into the chorus. After that is the solo, so I need to drop this in, so playhead there. I'm just reinforcing. Well, this bit's got the climb up with the bass notes on the acoustic. We mute the solo. Where are we? Here. But I'll drop some extra reinforcement in there. Here we go. Choose the right track. Here we got the right track selected. Input monitor on. Here we go. Snap that to the end, and then we're back into the chorus. So again, our chorus, Alt, copy that over, so you can reinforce the bottom end stuff of your guitars to add extra kind of, you know, the extra reinforcement to the bottom end climbing type notes and root notes. And this guitar here, I could change the sound. I'm going to go with the natural flat pick, see what that sounds like. give it some compression. Okay, so let's hear it from the top. I'm not going to have that in there, so let's take that out. The dum 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 dum, the bottom end stuff. And also here, I'm going to take it out of. In fact, I'm going to take it out of the whole verse, and then have it come in just on the chorus, right? So. In the verse here, the first note, it seems to be a bit duff. Every time I hear it, it's look there, it's out, right? So, how can we say? Well, you could do it again, which is probably the best thing to do. Just record the whole, you know, that again, because it's not good. It's out every time, this first bit. Yeah. So what we're going to do is take that out because the first hit's too loud and it's out. It's just out late. So I'm going to copy that. They're the same. All right. So let's copy it to there as well. There, like that. Okay, and then. That's okay, let's see the solo. See here, this one here, oh, look, if I mute the other guitars, what it's doing. Just doing the bottom end stuff, right? Okay, I'm going to do one last track. Let's do an electric guitar. So make a new track. Guitar or bass, create. I want this to receive on input 1. No, input 2. My guitar input. Let's get an electric. Now. So we want to choose a sound here, I don't know what. Ooh. Let me try that, that's not so bad, is it? That's a bit too echoey. If the timing of the tremolo is right, what's doing the tremolo? tremolo to be in time with the music, so must be the tape delay doing it. No, it's not. It is the pedal board. What's doing that tremolo? It's not the fuzz. Frequency. You can't sync this. Okay, that's no good then. Come on, close. I'll go with a clean and we'll change it later. Right, let's see what we can do here. That little lick there might work. Let's try it in the chorus there. Little counting. Just try that one more time. I'll actually record it. Whoops. Missed it. Missed it again. I'm just getting a 1 bar counter. Oh no. Here we go. Okay, not good playing, but let's get rid of it and see if I can do that a bit better. Oh, I keep missing that because I'm only getting a 1 bar count in now. Sorry. Yeah, that works, I think. Let's hear that. Yeah, okay. Let's shorten that. Copy those over, and now we're going to need a little ding at the end there. Let's drop that in. I'm going to bring 2 bar count in. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do, right. Should we have a little lick like that at the beginning? Should we? Yeah, why not? Yeah, very, very subtle there, like that. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it'll do. should have. Some strumming over that, but you know what, no, let's we've got the little lick in the chorus there. Well, we got the little lick here in the end chorus, so we need to bring that, and let's have that in that chorus there, and let's have it in that chorus. I'm just thinking about something leading into that chorus. I think that guitar solo there can be electric. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that track. Let's duplicate the guitar track, and I'm going to do the solo with electric. Here we go. Not very good. Let's hear it. And then I'm going to duplicate this track one more time, and on this I'm just going to do a general electric guitar. All right, but we'll bring it in after this chorus. So put the player there. I don't know what I'm going to play, but let's have a go. could have something like that in there. But played a bit better, so let's do that again. And then we change the sound afterwards. Well, you know. Sorry. So I'll put a tremolo on here. This send is sending out to a reverb. It's not a big reverb, I don't think. So I'll change the sound bit. Try crunch amp. I don't think it's going to work. We could try crunch amp. Here we go. back with a clean. I'm going to have some reverb on this, so I'm going to add a space designer, and I'm going to put it to a large hole, I don't know. A bit of compression on it. Messing around here. I've just made this up from scratch. It's a country style song. 2, 3, 4. That flat pick guitar doing that chunk, you know, playing those root notes, so I'm just lowering that down a bit. Put a little fill at the end of that verse because there wasn't a fill there. Let's just cycle around that and get the right fill. I want the dum 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 toms really. There it is. Oh no. Oh, come on, something like that. Yeah, that's the one. a song about a cowboy who's been out on the range and he's missing his baby. Yeehaw! That'll get the Yanks going, they love that shite. So, let's get a vocal track in. Audio, create. Voice, I'm going to go with a vintage vocal maybe. Yeehaw! Cowboy stuff. Right, so it's going to be Baby Jane. The lyrics, I think, something like that. I have to put my cowboy voice on for this. Like if I could sing, and I was an American folk country singer. Baby Jane, when will I see you? Sounds crap, that vocal sound though. Baby Jane, when will I see you again? That sounds terrible. Let me get rid of that. Hey. When will I see you again? Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? Yeah, I can't sing, but you get the idea. You know, it just needs something like that, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Some. When will I see you again? I set out on the range. The sheep are my only friend. Yeah, that'll do good. Sweet Baby Jane, when I see you again, out on the range, the sheep are my only friend. Here we go. Oh yeah, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? Out on the range, the sheep are my only friend. Sorry. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? Out on the range, the sheep are my only friend. I don't think that's going to fly, that lyric though. I ain't going to go down. It won't go down too well. Yeah, let's try something again. Here we go. I sing that sweet baby Jane. When will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. Lonely friend. Yeah, but what is his only friend? This is the question. The sheep? No, that just has too many sexual connotations. It's lonely out on the range. It's lonely out on the range. Oh, where what is your only friend? And a cowboy ain't got a friend. Yeah, how about something like that? Yeah. Out on the range, a cowboy ain't got no friend. Yeah, that'll do it for of them, I think. Let's drop that in there. Input monitoring off. Where do I begin? Cowboy ain't got no friend. Right, so let's drop it in. Drop it in there. Here we go. The cowboy ain't got a friend. How did that work? Let's hear it. Baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's only out on the range. The cowboy ain't got a friend. Yeah, right, let's do that all again. Right, here we go. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh yes, I can hear them cowboys crying into their beer already. Sweet baby Jane. Bring that back a bit because it always records a little bit of what you're singing before. If you didn't know that, if you drop in exactly on a bar and you sing a little bit before, it does record just before. Oh, here we go. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you? Let's come back to that vintage vocal. Let's have the classic vocal. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh yes, killer. So I just need a harmony now. If we can pull one out of the bag, let's duplicate that track, vocal track, duplicate. Sweet, sweet, sweet baby Jane. I don't know, let's see if we can. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. A cowboy ain't got no friends. Yeah, something like that, let's try it. Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. A cowboy ain't got no friends. I think that was terrible, but oh, sweet baby Jane. Yeah, a bit of a cock up in that first bit there. Let's try it again. Sweet. Oh God, I can't hit that note. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Maybe that worked. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Sweet baby Jane. Maybe just have the Jane like trim off the first bit, so it's just doing the. I need to put this back, the snap back to smart. So we just get Baby Jane from the vocal there, like this. Sweet Baby Jane. Or maybe and the baby. Let's try that. Sweet Baby Jane. Oh, sweet Baby Jane. When will I see you again? Right, let's have another one in. Duplicate this vocal track. I'll try another harmony. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. A cowboy ain't got no friend. No, that didn't work. Maybe I'll just duplicate that vocal track actually and lower it down in the mix. Let's try that. Yeehaw! Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Killer, that'll do. And just a point of interest here. If you don't like country music, well, fair enough, but as I understand it, I'm not an expert on this, but as I understand it, if you get a hit in the country scene, you're made for life. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because I think the way it works is like, if you get a country hit, then a whole bunch of other country artists all do a cover of it, so you get all that juicy publishing royalties. Right, let's move this up. Now this is going to be a bit difficult to do because the vocal comes in before, so where is that vocal coming in? It's coming in right in the middle of that bar, isn't it? Yeah, right, so we're going to copy that. All this right across. It's going to begin in the middle of that bar, which I think is there. That could be right. Let's try it. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Yeehaw, squeal like a pig, boy. Right, so let's copy this across to that chorus there. And then we've got to get some, well, you know, I won't bother doing it, but you know, it needs some lyric for the verse. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. to go on and on with this, you know. I wish I had some lyrics for it, but I just made this up on the fly, really. Yeehaw! It's been a long time out on the range. We've been herding them cows all day long. Just sitting in the bar, sinking a beer. I've been so long on the trail. Every time I close my eyes, I see some goddamn steer. There's nothing even I can do. There's a whole lot of people waiting too. Well, when I'm out on the trail, I feel like I'm gonna hell. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Yeah. Another day, another dollar. Well, Dwayne bought his pickup truck around. Said we loaded up the wire, hammering them fence posts in all day long. It ought to make a man tired. I put them fences up all day. I put them fences up all night. That's the way it goes in my town. It's the way it goes in a cowboy life. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. I think that should be the same as the verse. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. You know, so you've got your basic mix together by now already. I always like to get a kind of basic mix together before I put a vocal down. Yeehaw! And, you know, so you can tweak and tweak and tweak little, but that's, you know, without getting into like separate output kits and everything, you know, that'll do. And then we just want to do that fade out on the bass at the end. Shall we get the bass, which should be set in level already, and we bring in the track called Dimension. And we choose volume for the bass, and the bass should be, well, whatever it's at for the mix, right? And then here where the last note is for the bass, we put a node in there, and then a node fading the bass out. And the node at the end, let's just zoom in, this last node where it fades to silence needs to be before the end of the bass note, otherwise you'll hear the note stop before silence is reached. And that'll fade that bass note out as the guitars, you know, that last G chord on the guitars naturally fades away. And then you could do an actual fade out on the whole track to fade that ending out nicely. We just do track, show output track, which is your final master track. There it is. And then again, we just put the volume on for that. This should be at 0 dB, and then at the end here we're going to do a fade out, so it fades out the guitars and everything just at the end there, like that. There we are, like that. I'll just put little things so the bass fades out a little bit less viciously. There we are, let's hear that. I ain't got no friends. Lovely. And then just find your end marker and bring it in. Doesn't need to be right stuck out. That's the end of song marker, right? Just bring it in a bit so it's not way off the end there. Anyway, there you go. I mean, I sang a lyric that kind of worked. It was, even though it was a bit of a piss take, well, I can't remember it, but it'll be on the screen capture recording. But there you go, you know, whatever it was, something about sitting in a bar drinking a beer or something. And I've been on the trail so long, every time I close my eyes, all I see is goddamn steers or something. And finally, now you've got a master track, and you can only do this after you've finished all your recording. Your master track, select it, and you can put on a factory preset like a ballad preset. And if you look at the smart controls for that, you know, like it's just gives this basically gives it some extra gloss, suitable for a ballad in this case, right? And you can, you know, brighten it up, increase the stereo width, more bottom end, whatever you like, yeah. But there are other presets, like you could do broadcast ready, gives it some multiband compression as well as EQ and what have you. And then when you're listening to that, when you've chosen your preset, I'm going to go with this broadcast ready one, then I'll go back to the kit and I'll just like lower the snare a bit, it's a bit loud. In fact, the whole kit's a little loud, so I'll lower the kit a bit. Now, if you need to lower the bass now, because we put the fade out at the end of the bass, remember, you can't adjust the level on the fader for the bass. So if you need to adjust the bass, let's say I need to turn it down, I can just do it on the bass amp here. Just lower the output or the master here. These two guitars up together. That's why you need to do your recording before you put the preset on the master output, because then you get delay. Right? Once you put the preset on the master output, you get a delay if you on input monitoring. One. Hear that? So now I'm just tweaking the acoustic guitars. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? Bit of echo on the vocal, bit less reverb. It's slowly out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Sorry, that's the flat pick guitar. What am I doing? Sorry, wrong track. There's my main vocal. Let's give it some delay. Baby Jane, when will I see you again? take the input monitoring off. My two backing vocals here. If we look in the mixer, there they are. They're both going to the final stereo output, so I'm going to assign them both to a bus with both of their channels selected. I'm going to send them out to the next free bus, bus 6. That auxiliary return for that bus is created, and both my backing vocals arrive here now. So if we get the two backing vocals now on their own master, but on their own group bus. And on here I'm going to put some compression to compress both the vocals together. Alright, quite a lot of compression. When will I see you again? It's lonely out on the rain. I'm going to lower them right down, right? And I'm going to put a little bit of EQ. I'm going to do a low cut. Cut the bottom end off, not quite so steep. Okay, so they're a little bit thinner, the BVs, and I give them a bit of air up the top end. Come on. Oops, sorry, a little bit. Just 12 dB, a little bit of air. Oops. Yeah, sorry, wrong one. This one. High shelf. A little bit of air up the top end. That cowboy ain't got no friend. Now that vocal's got main vocal's got too much reverb on now, so I'll lower that. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? Bit of compression on the main vocal. Cycle around that. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friend. A little bit of extra echo on the vocal. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? These are my BVs here, so they're just, I can adjust them together to any level I want. I'll try a little bit of chorus on them actually. Just a little, just to see what it does. Some glimmering chorus. Let's try that. Oh, you got one called vocal backups. Let's try that. Sweet baby Jane. Lower that chorus in the mix a bit. The mix level of the chorus, so it's less chorus. Sweet baby Jane. And then I'm going to put some widener on here. Stereo spread on the BVs only, on their group bus, right? Medium high frequency spread. Let's try that. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? Too much delay on the vocal now. Let's drop that down. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friend. Just limiter on the master output. It's overloading. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? bass a bit loud, just bring the bass down a smidge.
Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's slowly out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends.
What was this first? Something about Dwayne and his pickup.
Well, Dwayne brought his pickup around. We loaded up the wire. We're driving fence posts into the ground. It sure does make a man tired. We put up fences all day long. Put 'em up through the night. There's a laugh I chose for myself. Don't wanna hide, whatever. Sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's slowly out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's slowly out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's slowly out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends.
Yeehaw, squeal like a pig, boy. Well, yeah, anyway. So there you go, there's, you know, making up a song, right? this has gone on way too long. It's probably about 2.5 hours or something. I only meant to show making a very basic song structure using the drummer track, actually. It's gone way too far as usual. Anyway, there you go. Okay, so that was just me making up the song, you know, it's the process. One thing that you might notice is, like, when I come to make up the lyrics, it's, you know, it's a good way. Sometimes you don't get a pen and a paper and start writing out ideas, because lyrics isn't just about the words, it's about the timing of the syllables and the timing of the words, yeah? So it's a good technique sometimes to just sing gibberish over the song, and you'll find that your mind comes up with rhythmic verbal ideas. There may be no words to those verbal ideas. You might be going, you know, I want you fun and and you're just singing nothing, just gibberish. But the timing is important, you know, because you come up with these timing ideas, and sometimes words will just come out, and you just do that and listen to it back, and you start finding things in there, and then some of the gibberish, and some of it is real words, and then you start filling in the gibberish with words that work with words that you've actually come up with. So to get the vocal down, I went back and looked at the screencast where I was making up the song, and I just listened to the bit where I was just messing around making a gibberish vocal, this bit here. But I just made this up on the fly, really. Yeehaw! It's been a long time out on the range. We've been herding them cows all day long. Well, sitting in the bar, sinking a beer. Yeah, that bit, and I just came up with some ideas, and then further on I came up with a bit about Dwayne and his pickup and all that, you know. You know, I don't know what cowboys do, but I worked on farms when I was a kid, because I grew up in farming country and used to have to put up sheep fencing, so I thought, well, cowboys must have to put up fencing. So I just did this thing about, you know, Dwayne brought his pickup round and we loaded up the wire for the fencing, you know, and putting fences up all day, etc. You just sing this gibberish. And what I did then was I got a little mix together a bit more, changed some of the drum sounds, and I just went back and analysed this gibberish singing that I did, copied it, filled in the gaps where there were no words, actually just blah, 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 and just came up with a recording of the vocal, came up with the ideas to do a complete lead vocal, and it ended up being the finished song, like this. Sitting in the bar, sinking down a beer. Been so long on the trail. Every time I close my eyes, I see some goddamn stairs. There's nothing I can do. We're living in the life we choose. I lay my head down late at night. I wonder why I chose a cowboy's life. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Yeah. Another day, another dollar. Dwayne bought his pickup around. We loaded up that wire, hammering them fence posts in all day long. It surely makes a grown man tired. I put them fences up all day. I put them fences up all night. and just got the lyric down that way. But it is a really good technique. A lot of people write songs by just writing out the lyrics and then make up music to go with it. But another great way to get lyrics together is to do that whole thing of just singing gibberish over it. Your mind will come up with little phrases from time to time. A lot of the time you'll be singing just gibberish, right? But it's about the timing that your mind comes up with. Lyrical timing, the timing of syllables of words, the timing where phrases come in is really as important as the words themselves, yeah? To make interesting variations in vocals. Otherwise you end up with, timing of the lyric like, the old early 80s, late 70s rap vocals, always that same timing. And in rock and acoustic songs, it's important to get interesting verbal timing to the lyrics, right? Okay, so there you go. That's how I got the song together. You saw the whole creation process from start to finish, and yeehaw! There's a cowboy song. Hope that was useful. See you for the next one. Okay, guys, a traditional old school country song. Yeehaw!
Sitting in the bar, sinking down a beer. Been so long on the trail. Every time I close my eyes, I see some goddamn stairs. There's nothing I can do. We're living in a life we choose. I lay my head down late at night. I wonder why I chose the cowboy's life. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Yeah. Another day, another dollar. Which way bought his pickup around? We loaded up that wire, hammering them fence posts in all day long. It surely makes a grown man tired. I put them fences up all day. I put them fences up all night. That's the way it goes in my time. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, see the link in the description where I show how I wrote this song. I wrote it on the fly while I was doing a Make a Song in Logic Pro X tutorial. So there's the full tutorial showing how I built the song, but I'm writing the song at the same time as I go along. Okay? See ya. Okay guys, a traditional old school country song. Yeehaw!
Well, I'm sitting in the bar, sinking down a beer. Been so long on the trail. Every time I close my eyes, I see some goddamn stairs. There's nothing I can do. We're living in a life we choose. Where I lay my head down late at night. I wonder why I chose a cowboy's life. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Yeah. Another day, another dollar. Between borders pick up around. We loaded up that wire, hammering and fence posts in all day long. It surely makes a grown man tired. I put them fences up all day. I put them fences up all night. That's the way it goes in my time. It's the way it goes in the cowboy's life. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends. Oh, sweet baby Jane, when will I see you again? It's lonely out on the range. That cowboy ain't got no friends.
Yeah, see the link in the description where I show how I wrote this song. I wrote it on the fly while I was doing a Make a Song in Logic Pro X tutorial. So there's the full tutorial showing how I built the song, but I'm writing the song at the same time as I go along. Okay? See ya.